Hey guys, so we actually didn't know how to start this episode because we actually first off want to just announce that we have a podcast. We've been telling you guys that we've been meaning to launch a podcast, all that. A big reason why we didn't do it is because we didn't have a name for it. But we came up with the name, so it's going to be the Legally Lifted Podcast. I'll link that below. It's also on YouTube, and it'll be streaming on everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where podcasts are.
All of the stuff.
Yeah.
All of the good stuff. We'll have it on Spotify and all that coming up here pretty soon as well. And it is the Legally Lifted Podcast for a very special reason.
Exactly.
We are actually launching our own brand of Delta 8 cartridges, joints. We're getting some edibles here pretty soon. And really we wanted to do this for our fan base, really.
Yeah.
Because we found that, in the Delta 8 market, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of what ifs. And there's really not anybody making sure that the quality is as top-notch as it can be. And we realized maybe we could be those people. And we really just want to keep it, as a tight-knit, limited type of product.
Yeah, we're not really trying to compete with the big companies out there. If some of you guys just want some craft, kind of high-level carts, then that's kind of what we made it for.
Absolutely.
Or in joints eventually. But for right now, we actually have the carts dropped. And right now, we're smoking the Durban Poison.
Yep.
This one's for you guys, okay? Because we're not really sativa smokers, so we knew some of you guys were. But this is for you. You're welcome.
Definitely. And like you said, this is the Durban Poison strain. It is a little bit more on the sativa end. And within our packaging, it all has a little bit of an ode to Houston, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is where we are, and it made this all possible, so
It's my home.
It's GP's home city, and I have a true appreciation for the city. I've loved it since the moment I've arrived. So each little package has its own limited edition, I guess you could say, logo to represent the Houston community.
Really? So one of them, we have cookies, and we tried to relate some of them. We smoked a good amount of Delta 8 to try to figure out how to relate some of them to Houston things.
Yep.
Should we talk about what it is, or should we let them see it online, or how should we?
I mean, sheesh.
It's only five things.
We could talk about a few of them.
All right, bet. Well, one of my favorite things, actually, the first thing I'll present is the gelato. The gelato is a slab on there. That's one of my favorite things about Houston culture, actually. You guys don't know, slabs originated down here. And it's really gelato because it's like ice cream, so it's like cream-colored slab that you see right through the city.
Hell yeah. And I mean, I think the one that I like personally the most in terms of logo and how it flows is the lean cup on top of the Granddaddy Perp Indica.
Hell yeah.
That's just another ode to, the sipping of scissor period
Definitely.
in the H.
And there'll be a fun fact, if you will, on the back of all of them. Kind of just, like Sergio said, an ode to Houston, where we are, where the brand was founded. So if you guys are interested in some high-quality products, definitely check that out. It's on cbdhemplibrary.com. And we're just going to kind of keep talking. We got some topics we want to cover.
Yeah.
We haven't done a long podcast here in a little bit, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, so just before we get off of the legally lifted carts, you're all good. We have 2 hybrids, 2 indicas, and 1 sativa, just so you guys know. All strains available. They are limited quantity. We really wanted to make sure to put an emphasis on quality, because once you get into the massive operations, that's when you could lose a little bit of quality. So we're keeping it limited to make sure that we can have oversight on the entire process of how these products are created, which is most important to us. And thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for even considering making a purchase to help the show and help the Delta 8 community.
Definitely let us know what you do and don't like about the products. We're definitely looking to tweak them. That's kind of why we did it small also. So in case anything that you guys don't like about them, we can kind of fix that and then see where we can go from there.
Exactly. We wanted to create a dialogue between the fan bases, and between our community here. And I think we're going to set up some pages where you guys could let us know your feedback. What did you like? What you didn't like? How did you feel? So we can get the first real data set of how Delta 8 affects people.
You guys can be the reviewers. We usually review all the shit. So this time, it's not fair for us to review our own stuff all the time. You guys can do it. Yeah,
you guys put us on the hot seat. Let us know what you think. Be honest. If you think it sucks, let us know and give us a valid reason why.
Yeah.
And we'll try to remedy the shittiness of it.
And I actually kind of want to talk about Delta 8 pins. I've noticed that if they're hit at a low temperature, like too low of a temperature, it'll pull through because it's a little bit more liquidy than Delta 9. That's just how it comes. So I would really suggest to you guys to, if you have temperature control, one, if you don't, honestly, find a battery. It would be worth your time just to find a battery that does have temperature control or high temps, and then turn it up a little bit, in my opinion, because or else it doesn't have time to vaporize, and that's when it kind of sucks through sometime. I feel like a lot of people have kind of cheap batteries that just pull through, but it doesn't heat up enough to suck it all the way through as vapor, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think we're at 3.2 on the pen now, so somewhere around that range is the sweet spot for most of our strains that we've tried. So I think it's the 2.9 to 3.2 is the sweet spot for the different strains, and we're going to get more perfect as we talk about them.
Definitely,
more here.
We're figuring it out as well.
So I will say the 3.2 seems to work perfect for the Durban poison strain. So to try to be somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But I
guess before we move on, shout out Sergio's pants. Those are pretty wild pants, dude.
You got to bring the flowers out on the special occasions.
I got you. That's what's up, dude.
Hell yeah. Shout out my pants indeed.
But what's next?
This is where I guess you could say we get into the more of the podcast side of things.
Yeah.
We wanted to intro the products for you, but this is a legally lifted podcast. You know, we'll smoke our products. We'll talk about other topics. Just, hang out with you guys.
Yeah, and we'll drop them here for a little bit just so you guys kind of know this exists. But really, primarily, this is going to be on the Legally Lifted podcast.
Yep, that's a channel on YouTube, so go sub to that. We'll probably release more content on there in terms of the Legally Lifted podcast than we will on this channel. But this is, I guess you could say, the double launch party.
Right.
So after this double launch party, we'll be transferring some of the content to our other channel.
Yeah.
So make sure to sub here and sub there as well.
This is on the list, but the first thing I want to talk about is comment below if you guys are going to be at the Houston Hemp Convention this weekend, because that's actually coming up here in a few days, and I'm pretty excited. I don't exactly know what to expect, but I'm pretty excited about the fact that it's happening and that we'll get the chance to see probably a lot of people that we've seen through DMs, through online, stuff like that, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, I agree, though. I have no idea what to expect from the convention either. It's a COVID convention. Shit, that sounds like a good hashtag.
Sounds a little dangerous.
Sounds a little dangerous for risking.
We'll mask up.
That's what makes us a scientist. We're willing to take the risk for the greater good.
For the greater good of the community.
But I am excited. I just enjoyed, I remember how much of a turning point the Dallas Hemp Convention was for CBD Hemp Library, and for us to really start taking this as something that we can build. So this is just like the next chapter in that, but it's
definitely
with the asterisk of COVID. That old COVID one Nina.
COVID one Nina. Hell yeah. I'm dead, dude.
Hell yeah, but I mean,
speak of COVID, what's happening with this airline shit? You were telling me about it before we got on here. Yeah, I don't know the full story.
It seems like some airlines, I don't feel like pulling up the article, but y'all can fact check it.
Okay.
But there's some airlines that are considering putting a provision into place that you can't fly on their airline without having been proven vaccinated for COVID. One Nina.
One Nina. Uno Nina.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I think that's sketchy to me, bro. What do you think?
Forcing us to take those type of vaccinations is sketchy, but is it sketchier for them to have that provision, or is it sketchier for people to be linking getting COVID back to their airplanes?
I think that's the biggest question.
Yeah.
And it also depends on how.
We've never heard anything like that before, though. Yeah. They never said you had to have a polio. They never actually. But if you leave certain countries, you had to get certain type of. I remember, there are certain countries where if you travel there, you have to get
for sure.
Certain places in Africa specifically and things like that. But
I think a lot of those are precautionary, and it's I think malaria. If you're going out there, they don't make you do it.
This is precautionary. This applies to more people than malaria.
But I don't think it's mandated. You know what I'm saying? I think they tell you you probably should get this one, but they don't say you gotta take this before you even hopping on this jet, sir.
Dude, if you were found sick, I know for a fact they will make you take that shit before you come back here.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you're saying. If you're sick over there, you get it.
Right.
Yeah. No, I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? And then imagine how many people after this whole COVID thing goes down or have the antibodies, and now they have to get it because they had the antibodies for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they could give that reasoning too. They could even say if you've ever had it before, you have to take it.
And
that's millions of people.
I guess the golden question is, would you take it? If let's say you're about to go to a beautiful trip over in Barcelona.
Okay.
You're getting ready to hop on the jet. You're walking into the airport, bags loaded, and they're like, "Oh shit, sir, stop right there. You don't have your COVID-19 vaccination confirmed."
Mm-hmm.
Said we got a syringe right here.
Yeah.
You doing it?
No. No, because I'm now about to get. You'd have to do it weeks ahead of time because I'm now about to get COVID in Barcelona. That's what it is. It's a small dose of COVID.
Yeah, I think they say it isn't, but that's
what it has to be.
They say it induces the response to like the same way, but it's not.
That means you could get sick.
Yeah, there was people
because the response means you could get sick. Because the response to our body is some people get sick, some people 100%. Die, some people don't get sick.
Yeah, there was some people where I was reading got fevers and stuff, but yeah, so you would say no to that, and I think I would too. And I think in any context, if they told me you have to fly in order to fly to insert whatever country here,
yeah, but your kids are gonna have to take it.
Yeah,
your kids.
But by that point, at least there will be solid research.
Minimum of 5 years of research.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm not having my baby isn't being welcomed into the earth with the COVID-1 Nina vaccine.
That's what I'm saying. It'd have to be before like kindergarten.
Yeah.
Or like, maybe even if it was pre-K, then like 4 years in.
Yeah, exactly.
So
at least then there's not as many question marks.
I agree. That's what you'd like to think.
That's very true.
Yeah. I mean,
there's still the vaccine debate for the ones that have been around for 30 years.
Well, dead ass. People, I was talking to an anti-vaxxer the other day.
I've talked to plenty. I
haven't talked to a ton of them.
I don't totally disagree with their argument, but I don't totally agree with it either.
I do. The only mandated vaccinations, because COVID might not be one that's actually like good, like, but things like meningitis before college, bro, that shit's important.
No, I agree.
And when I learned how quickly that shit can kill people.
Yeah, and I think
like you can do like 24, 48 hour turnaround of that stuff.
I guess for the vaccine deniers or whatever they're called, the argument that I agree with is that there is, to a very small degree of the population, there is adverse side effects that nobody talks about.
Right.
Like, I think, is there some autism related to sometimes people getting vaccines? Yes. And they don't want to publicize that, but I think it's such a small minority. You know what I mean? I think it's like less than 0.1%. Because
people had autism pre.
Yeah, like, or it could have been that they were slightly on the spectrum.
You'd have to have those numbers. You'd have to have those numbers about how it was pre, but autism is damn near a new disease.
Yeah.
In terms of being prescribed.
Yeah, and when you're vaccinating 300 million people, there's gonna be some cases of that didn't react well at all.
My mom took the flu shot and got sick as shit for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's exactly. And then 100,000 other people take it and are just fine. Mm. So I think that's just kind of how it is with all vaccines, which
there's all medicine, bro.
100%. Weed too, yeah.
Like some people can take it fine. Some people can smoke all day. Some people can eat edibles all day.
Yeah.
Some people take a little piece of one and their body hates it.
It's very true.
So it smokes just a little bit and their body hates it. So all substances are only for some people at the end of the day. And so does that mean you ban it? But requiring people to get it, I understand the argument.
Yeah, for sure. And just the idea of anybody else making a decision about what goes into my body other than me.
Yeah.
It'll always sketch me out whether it's the right choice at the time or not. It'll always be like, wait a minute. You mean you're going to inject me with some shit? I got to fact check it first. Except if I was a baby and I didn't have consent, the government just,
you're
good now, baby.
But overall, it's very sketchy for me. Definitely one, as a black person, and two, just in my non-belief of the government.
Yeah.
I think the government, so when I think about what has driven the United States government over the 250 to 300 years of existence, it has never been something that would have benefited somebody like me.
It's true. And
so if you require me to do something, like the school system was never built to benefit me. You know what I'm saying? Like those things aren't built to benefit us or built to benefit most people. So why are these vaccines built to benefit most people? You just have to go out on a limb, damn near. You
have to
leap
trust
of faith.
The government.
To trust the government,
which
bro.
is an oxymoron. You can't trust the fucking government.
The government?
Right? Hell no.
Dude, we've seen what the government does.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
And the government does some decent things as well. I'm not even going to take that away from them. But at the same time, they somehow have complete trust in the government.
Yeah, like they figured out a vaccine, if it works, in 6 months to a disease that didn't exist before. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the private companies mixed with the government, but however they figured it out.
Money.
Yeah,
money.
Money solves all equations, apparently, especially... Hopefully the vaccine works perfectly, and COVID is just a funny memory we all have.
It won't be funny, bro. Come on. How can it be funny?
It's very true.
People.
That's true.
Yeah, like how much of small business, like a third of small business gone, something like that? Yeah. That'll never be funny.
You're right. Unless they come up with a perfect stimmy, but I don't think there's any recovery, bro.
It's too late for the stimmy, bro.
This is going to be a dark chapter
for business stimmies, it's too late. For personal people, obviously, people still need it. But for businesses, if your business is on its way out, I'm sorry, like your business is on its way out. That sucks, though.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it's happening everywhere, but in all industries. But I mean, COVID is going to be a dark chapter in history, but hopefully we prevail. Hopefully it's not like
there's going to be, from this type of stuff, people rise up all the time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it happens every single time. And at the same time, in terms of some of the larger disasters we've seen in the history of the world, like, in some ways, at least they were like pros and cons type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In some ways. Like when you have wars and natural disasters, there aren't really pros and cons to that type of stuff. But something like this, like, I think it changed how Americans think about work.
Hell yeah.
And office life and home office balance. I think it changed the way people thought about that.
Yeah, and especially in the initial stages of it when like the people that were at home unable to work were just considered non-essential workers.
Right.
And they're like, fuck, my whole job doesn't even matter. It can just be taken from me in an instant. Like, I need to figure out a new baseline.
I need some skills.
Yeah, I can't rely on whatever industry that closed, insert whatever restaurant here to be open all the time because they could pull out the rug from under me at any time.
Dude.
The government can.
Or the government can.
It's crazy.
Bro. So you have to just, that's what I mean by the world was already changing. Like, the world was already changing. I think COVID pushed it in that direction just a little bit more sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
In some ways, I guess.
Yeah, at a rate that it would have taken 15 years to get there.
We were moving to virtual.
Yeah, everything.
COVID, virtual immediately. Like, we were moving to virtual at this pace. It's like slowly plodding along. Like, slowly kids were starting to take more online classes at college and shit.
At restaurant tables.
Exactly.
Where the waiter only comes a few times.
McDonald's, you started ordering at the big screen instead of talking to the people. Like, things were starting to become virtual. Now dude,
you have to.
This is amazing for business.
Yeah, virtual business.
No, it's good for almost all business, bro, because how much leaner you can be with just having computers and not people.
Oh, you mean
computers are so cheaper.
Long term, yeah.
In terms of, if you're thinking business terms, it's very good for McDonald's that they can now reasonably lay off 3 or 4 people and have machines replace them.
Yeah, it's just it's the takeover of all corporations to be our overlords. It's all happening right before us.
It won't be all of them. It'll be a few of them.
The Amazon, McDonald's, Burger King's done for.
Walmart is still
Walmart will be there. Yeah, they'll figure some drone shit out.
Yeah.
All the corporations. It's going to be like, yeah, you trying to go to the local Walmart movie theater, bro?
Everything's going to be in there. Because AMC, all these movie theaters about to die.
Yeah, it's going to be, you trying
to
go to
Amazon's just about to stream Amazon-only movies in movie theaters. Watch.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
Netflix is going to open up their own movie theaters, and you can only watch Netflix-style shit.
It'll be 2 weeks early that you get to go watch it at a Netflix theater, and then it drops on regular Netflix.
It'd be kind of cool if you got your friends together for Netflix, like a Netflix theater. You could rent it out for a day, marathon your favorite show on Netflix, like in the Netflix theater, you with like 20 friends.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen because they're going to buy the theaters out.
Yeah.
AMC, Movie Co. or whatever it is.
Yeah, because you can't turn those theaters into other businesses.
Yeah.
Like they're movie massive. Theaters. Yeah. And the type of auditoriums in there, it'd have to be a school or something.
Exactly, or like a giant ballroom for weddings. And shit.
But you still have to flatten it.
Yeah. It has to be a theater.
It has to be a theater.
But I mean, shit.
We might have to buy one of those.
We might have to sell it to Amazon 10 years from now.
That ass.
Be the last theater. Like there's that one Blockbuster in Alaska.
Yeah. Because at this point, I don't really want to go to a movie theater that bad. I'm not just itching.
I haven't been in years, dude.
Oh, for real? I actually like movie theaters.
I don't think I lived in San Antonio for 2 years. I never went to. Oh, wait, I went once.
But when they come back, the problem is they're going to have to hike their prices up, and you can't take your family to the movies anymore.
Yeah,
you can take your families for one night or 5 months of Netflix.
Yeah. Where
Family
everybody
of
gets
four
to
is like
choose what
$60.
they want to watch.
If you want to eat anything, it's like $60.
Yeah. No, yeah. The
5 months
theater's
of
already
Netflix.
unreasonable. That's part of the reason why I didn't like going, because you're spending, even for two people, $35. I can get a great dinner at a high-quality restaurant for about that price.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, I don't want to. Just to watch a movie? What if it sucks? This guy on Rotten Tomatoes said it sucked. It's a random dude.
Yeah.
But nah, so I'm just, the whole world's going to be different at the end of this. The old COVID one, Nina.
It balanced things, bro. I'm telling you.
And this actually rolls right into what you could say is our next topic is Visa kind of getting into the Bitcoin game.
They're ahead of their time.
They're ahead of their time.
Really, they're just catching up.
Yeah,
they're catching up to what online has already been doing for a while.
So I think the story is that Visa is now, how they have a rewards program on their credit cards.
Yeah.
They're now giving Bitcoin as a reward.
Oh.
Or you can use your points to buy Bitcoin type
That's
of stuff.
pretty cool.
So it gives it
legitimacy. It's a good conversion, and that gives it real. Visa's a big-time company and international.
The biggest
time company. True.
I don't know how much bigger it gets, especially in terms of credit cards.
Yeah.
Like they're in control.
Visa's American Express?
I don't even know, but they're on all my cards.
Dead ass, they're on all my cards too. Don't even know about them.
Yeah, no, I don't
just
know
trust
shit.
them with our money.
Exactly. I just know the names. Like, oh, they're good. Don't need to do no more research.
But they don't be good sometimes. I mean, no, Wells Fargo is who don't.
Yeah, fuck Wells Fargo, man. I need to get out of there.
But it's too hard. How do you do that?
We're almost there.
Switching banks?
Yeah, I need to. To switch.
I don't never switch banks. I've been with them my whole life, and that's what they bank on.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
we're everywhere. They
pun
can't
intended.
leave.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah,
I kind of like this sativa, dude, more than I expected I would.
I'm really
this is my
enjoying
first time
it.
trying it.
I'm really enjoying it. It haven't given me any of the chest heaviness at all.
No, I'm enjoying it, dude, and the taste is nice.
Hell yeah.
Y'all like sativa, check this shit out. Shit.
Definitely. That Durban poison legally lifted on cbdhemplibrary.com. But I mean, I got into the Bitcoin game way back. 08. But I didn't think it was a real thing. Like, I remember there was an opportunity that I had that'll forever haunt me, and everybody has this story that was into the Bitcoin game at that time.
Yeah. That
I could have had 4 Bitcoins for a pair of cleats that I had.
Yeah.
I was like, hell no, I'd rather just take the cash. It was like $120. Now, that would have been like an $80,000 pair of fucking cleats that I held on to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was,
Troy had mined a couple.
Yeah, that's I was involved with some people mining,
shit, like high school shit.
Yeah, I was involved with some people mining back in the day, but
you had to have an expensive ass computer and stuff.
Yeah, but now I'm excited that it's getting legitimacy. That could be, as COVID brings down, the American dollar, Bitcoin could just steady rise and be the next normal.
Bro, we're in a new world, bro. We're in such an online virtual world.
It's all happening so fast. And COVID, like you said, accelerated that process by 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like the more reliance on, holy shit, what does money actually mean? If it could just be stripped from me at any time, I need this, I need that. What about Bitcoin? How does that work? And people are just more interested now.
Yeah.
So which leads to it getting bigger. It accelerated that process by 20 years just in 1 year.
I'm going to throw this in here now. If you lasted this long, DM us or email us, and we'll give you a discount code for the website.
Absolutely.
To get some discount on some of the carts. So just hit us up, man.
Hell yeah.
But, man, I'm enjoying this more than I thought I would. Like I said, I'm usually indica, but I was getting kind of drowsy a little bit anyway. It's been a long day, so it's just kind of nice pick-me-up. It's not even that late, but now that it gets dark early, man, I'm getting tired still.
Yeah, I agree. It felt like when I pulled up, it was late already. It was still like 5:30.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm also very impressed by the Durban poison. The taste is very, I would say, neutral, but delicious. And obviously we're not going to do the rating because we'd be biased, but we want y'all to do that for us.
Please.
I mean, I think we had that one, but I don't know if it fits the vibe right.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Maybe another time.
Definitely another time. No, but we do appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're very excited to get the Legally Lifted podcast, the Legally Lifted product line launched.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been done without the good old folks on the other side of the screen there.
Couldn't have.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Check out cbdhemplibrary.com. We got some merch on there as well. Got the carts. We're going to have some cones and some ultra premium carts coming out here pretty soon. It's been another one.
Indeed it has.
Peace.